the other devices off?
We gotta mute them.
You guys gonna have to mute yourself. We don't have the power. We think we have the power. We think we have control, but I hear it's an illusion. So if you guys can go ahead and mute yourself, we'd appreciate it. And take a moment to come inside yourself, leaving your busy day behind. Coming in that place of stillness inside. Observing the breath as it goes in and out. Observing the emotions as they float by. And the thoughts as they stream. Not trying to change anything, just noticing. And bringing your hands to your heart space, we'll set an intention for ourselves, what we'd like to get out of this class, where the rest of our weekend is going, and where our lives and our recovery is headed. We'll bow our head to that intention, to our higher self, our inner sponsor, inner teacher. And then we'll open our eyes, soft gaze, and namaste. Now we'd work. Let's do a yin class. If anybody's all right with that. We haven't done yin for a while. And yin's a nice way of getting into meditation, and it is a meditation in itself. So we'll start off with bringing your feet together, not in so much Baddha Konasana, like where you're bringing your heels in close, but bringing it out into a diamond. So you have a little diamond there. And then slide your hands underneath your legs, if that's possible. If not, maybe just staying up here is good too. But if you can, bring your hands under and just drop your head down. Bring your head toward your feet. And of course, again, we just allow things to happen. We're not trying to push in ourselves into a posture. We are finding a place where we're feeling a sense of stretch, maybe into our hips, or mainly our lower back, stretching our lower back out. But we don't have any tension in it where we're feeling a sense of pain. Just a nice stretch. So we're folding from our hip area. And knowing as we go, that edge might change. So we, of course, we want to find that Goldilocks place between where we're feeling a sense of too much tension and not enough tension. Just a little bit more toward the tension. And so we're feeling a stretch, but of course no pain. And that can change as you go. But you have to be aware of what's happening in your body, watching the unfoldment of your muscles as they come down or begin to relax and open. We'll just be here for a couple more minutes. So finding that place of stillness inside. Watching the process of your muscles relaxing and contracting. Slowly, we've been here for a while, come up from here and bring your feet together and circle around a few times. So release any tension that might have caused in your lower back. We want to start into our next posture in a neutral place and then go the other way. And then coming up, we'll go into deer pose. So bring your right foot in a 90-degree angle, like you're ready to get ready for pigeon. And then bring your left leg back in a 90-degree angle. So you have a Z posture, shape into your legs. And then come up here, and this might be good. Might find a place, maybe you have a bolster or a chair or a block or something you can bring your arms to, and this might be good. Maybe walking your hands out might be good. And also finding where your body needs to go. Going over to your knee would be one stretch. Going over to your ankle might be a different stretch. Stretching different parts of your hip area. Finding what works good for you today. Maybe coming down on your forearm. Maybe making fist out of your hands, resting your head onto that. Or maybe coming all the way down, resting your forehead onto the floor or a block or whatever you might have at home. Again, bring in your awareness inward. Seeing where you're feeling your tightness. And what does that tightness feel like? Like you're making an investigation on your tightness in your body. And so you're, like any other reporter, you're not really supposed to be biased one way or another, so you're just observing what is. And then again, observing the process of the relaxing of the muscle and noticing what muscles are on and what muscles don't need to be on. Also, thing for your observation, your mindfulness might be the rate of your thoughts and the projection of your thoughts, what you're thinking about. Or how your emotion is in this, how your emotion is for the whole day. And, just observing, not necessarily changing anything. Not like I shouldn't feel this way, I need to feel this way. You just observe for what it is and find acceptance in that. be here for another minute or so. So maybe your edges change. Maybe you'd like to move toward your ankle a little bit. Maybe as you're in excruciating pain and you need to move away from that and toward your knee to soften the stretch. Bringing your hands under your shoulders, coming up slowly. Always in the yin postures, we come in and out of it slowly with deliberation. And then move your hands over toward your right knee for a nice twist. Again, twisting backwards as far as you can. And then again, this might be enough. Maybe you want to come down onto your forearms. Feel, observe your internal organs being massaged and pressed. Then we'll come up from here and straighten your leg out. So your left leg is straight, and then slide your hand down your leg to your shin, your ankle, your big toe, whatever you can hold on to, and bring your other arm over. And then we'll come up and do the other side. So left leg in a 90-degree angle, right leg back in a 90-degree angle. So it's a square, square, 90 and 90. Do a 90 and 90. And then from here, again, this might be where you want to be. Maybe you have a pillow or blocks or something. Maybe come over just a little bit. Maybe you have blocks lower, coming down a little bit more. Maybe come down on your forearms. And again, positioning your body either toward your knees, which is just a different stretch, but a little bit easier. And a little more intense might be going toward your ankle, or somewhere in between. But finding that spot for yourself, there's no way that I could adjust you to this because I don't know where that spot is. It's all an internal thing. So you and your inner teacher is the guide. But you do want to get a stretch, not only into your hips and into your gluteals. Again, this would help the piriformis that we were working on yesterday, and somewhat into the psoas muscles. Piriformis helps us adduct our hips to the side, and our psoas helps us move our legs forward and back. Both are stabilizers for the hips. The piriformis nerve or muscle is notorious for trapping our psoas or our sciatica nerve. And if that gets pinched into the piriformis, then we feel pain and tingling down our legs, and we have a lower back issue. And of course, our psoas is the seat of our soul. So where a lot of our fears are kept. So by stretching that muscle, then we're able to have more flexibility in our life and less gripped by fear. Again, we'll just be here for another minute or two. Maybe you want to adjust your posture to go either deeper or less intense for the last minute. And seeing what changes that makes when you move your body just even an inch. How the muscles shift and it creates tightness or releases tightness. It's all fascinating to observe. You're working with your body, your mind is in your body, and so it becomes a meditation, a mindfulness meditation. And slowly coming off your elbows, moving your hands over toward your left knee. Just keep going until again you find that place where you're finding a nice stretch into your spinal cord and you're beginning the process of moving your internal organs around. And then maybe you want to come down and again working into your internal organs a little bit more. Working into your stomachs, opening up into your liver area, creating space for new energy, new prana to go into your internal organs. And then coming off your elbow, coming forward, stretching your right leg out, bring your left foot in, slide your hand down your leg, and this might just be fine. This is fine, just holding onto your calf. Maybe just lifting up your arm straight up. Maybe you can lean over a little bit and open up into your intercostal muscles, your side muscles, around your rib cage. Also working into the muscles in your lower back. You stretch over. And then we'll come up from here. Let's go ahead and bring our legs out to a V. And again, walking your hands forward. Maybe you can come down onto your chest, maybe you can come on your forearms. And again, for me, I enjoy having a block here, less putting my arms in the block. But since we don't have a prop right now, we'll just walk our hands forward as much as we can, and feel how the opening into our abductors are. or adductors. Abductors on the outside, adductors are inside because we're adding toward the center. And these are the long muscles. The adductors are, the piriformis is little short muscles. Abductors are long. It separates quadriceps from the hamstrings. And also working into our hips. Noticing what muscles are on here that don't need to be on. Maybe you can soften those, turn them off. Check into your breath now. Seeing the ease of your breath, where you're breathing at in this position. And the speed of your breath. And we'll just be here for another minute. Maybe you can walk your hands more forward or come further down or move away from where you were. Walking your hands back slowly. You've been here for a while. Bring your hands behind your back and slowly bring your legs together. And wiggle waggle your legs, releasing any tension that's caused. And we'll come onto our bellies and onto our forearms into Sphinx pose. Having your shoulders under, your elbows under your shoulders, and just allowing your pelvis to sink. Maybe feel a little bit of pulling your heart forward. Don't have to get too energetic with that.
Just allowing the process to happen. And maybe you start noticing gravity bringing your pelvic area down on its own. So you can stay here, allowing the vertebrae to slowly start coming together, which is really helpful if you have a bulging disc in your spinal cord. Doing this on a regular basis keeps that bulge from popping out too far. But another variation might be lifting up your feet, and it makes a curvature of your lumbar curve a little bit more intense. Or you can bring your feet down and lift your elbows off the ground. But you don't want to do both. It's a little too much. And it might be injurious. Putting too much strain into your lumbar. Whatever version you like, either staying down here, bringing your feet up, or bringing your elbows off the ground. Maybe trying one of each and seeing what's best for you today. If you are up in porpoise, coming back down to your forearms, and maybe we can all lift our feet up and just windshield wiper back and forth your feet. From here, we'll bring our hands under our shoulders and come up, and we'll do a child pose by bringing our big toes together, knees apart, stretching our arms out. Maybe bring your forehead. Or if you have a bolster, putting a bolster there and laying on your bolster.
See how much you can surrender, let go of everything in your child pose. And from here, coming up onto our all twos. And let's bring our left knee foot forward, bending our left knee. And this is a dragon posture. And so we'll do some other dragons. This is a nice posture in itself. Just pushing your hands down and bringing your knee forward and opening up into the groins. We'll take a couple breaths here maybe. Hard on your back knee though. Maybe having a blanket under there or a towel or something. And bring your right hand out to the side, push your left knee outward. And the flying dragon. And this might be where you want to be. Maybe you're feeling really good here. You can also come down on your forearm and do the same thing. And a little bit of a twist. And then letting go of the knee, either staying up here or maybe coming down on both knees or both forearms. See how that changes the stretch and where you're feeling the stretch into your hip area, into your hamstrings. And coming up from here, coming on both hands, lift up your right foot, maybe reach back, grab onto your right foot. See if that's possible. Might just be crazy talk. Certainly that you all know I'm capable of that. So then you can let that go, and this might also be crazy, but straightening out your leg and sitting back onto your foot or on the side of your foot, stretching the quadriceps on your right side.
So it's a half a hero's pose. And this might be enough. I don't know if you can see me anymore, but we'll go back maybe onto our forearms. Maybe all the way back into our back.
Yes, behind you.
Unless there's a plant behind you. You have to scoot forward, maybe you can see me. This works into our quadricep and our IT band. Okay. Coming back onto your forearms if you're all the way back, or if you're up here, either way, bring your leg out and winch wiper around. And then give yourself a massage around your right leg or right knee, into the back and the sides, all around, leaving any kind of tension that might have been created from that. And we'll go ahead and do the other side. So we'll bring our right foot forward and come up. And push our hands down to our thigh as we bring our knee forward. And it's stretching into our psoas muscle and into our hip on the one side and into our quads. You're relieving some of that tension by coming up and then bringing your left hand on the ground. Push your right knee, not really your knee, but right above your knee. Push your leg to the right. And this might be where you want to be. But you can also come down onto your forearm. This might be good. Allow your foot to come up onto its side, wherever you're at. As you push your knee forward, feel how it's opening up into that right side. As we hold it, then the tendons in the fascia starts releasing. At first you might not feel anything, and after a while, or maybe you feel a lot, but after a while, either way, everything starts loosening, becoming more pliable. And then coming up from here, again, your hands might be just to the side, and this is a great stretch in itself. And maybe you can come down onto your forearms, maybe one forearm, maybe two. Come around this way.
all the time, being mindful of your muscles, being mindful of your inner body, and observing the process of your ever-changing body.
And then coming up from here, leaving your right hand down, bringing your left foot up, maybe reaching back and grab onto your left, or your left ankle. And let go of your foot, and sit back toward your feet, your foot, maybe having your heel on your perineum, or having it on the side of your hip. The side of your hip is more classical for this posture, but you might enjoy having your heel on your perineum, which is just a different stretch, and also supposed to help in the marrow point in your first chakra. And then coming back, I'm going to hit something else this time. Coming back onto your forearms. Maybe coming all the way down. Picking up onto your forearms, stretching your leg out, and wiggle, waggling back and forth. We'll do let's do another posture. Let's do a shoelace. Bring our left heel in, stack our right over top of our left. Or left over top of our right, sorry. And this might be enough. And if your hip's way up here, you can slide a book or something under there. Might relieve some of the tension, and that's fine. Or whatever you have, a blanket, pillow, something. Maybe if you're over your knee, over top of your knee, you can just fold over your legs. Come up from here. Bring your right leg in a 90-degree angle. Grab the side of your foot. Stretch your leg out. And then bring your ankle over top your right knee. Fire log. And this, and again, your knee might be way up here, and that's fine. You can put something under it here, or you can just stay up here and you're getting a nice stretch. So again, I can't tell you what your body should look like. Only your inner teacher and working with your body can tell what you should look like. Maybe you can kind of start coming forward. Maybe you can stretch your arms out. Breathe into where you're feeling the tightness here. Probably in your hip area somewhere. And again, finding a place where you can let go of any tension. Maybe you don't need to have your shoulders on right now, or your neck, or your upper back. And your lower back, you're letting that go. Any muscles that are on that don't need to be on. And finding that center point of where you're feeling the most stretch. See if you can find the peripheral, how far it goes out. Slowly come up from here and we'll do the other side. So your left ankle toward your right hip and your right foot over top your left knee. If you can, stacking your knees on top of each other, but if you're up here like this, again, this is where a lot of us might be. We can put something, a pillow under here for support on our right side, and maybe just stay up here like this and see as you exhale coming how much you can come forward and working into that gluteal on the right side. But if you're okay with knees on top of your knees, see if you can have stability in your sit bones by pushing your sit bones into the floor. Then lifting up and folding over into our shoelace. Slowly coming up from here, wherever you're at, grabbing the side of your right foot with your right hand and stretching your leg out. Bringing your left leg in a 90-degree angle. You lift up. And then taking your ankle over top your knee. And again, there might be moving your pillow from your hip over to your knee might be what you need to do. And then sitting up like this. But maybe you can, as we go along, start coming forward a little bit. Maybe if it feels okay for you, you can come all the way forward. Maybe have your fingers in front, maybe your forearms on the ground, maybe just laying over top your legs. And you notice how this side is a little different than the other side. Maybe it's a little more tension or less tension. And again, maybe you want to move over toward your knee or maybe over toward your ankle or somewhere in between. Maybe just letting go and surrendering into the posture. Slowly coming up, feet apart. We'll windshield wiper our knees apart. Let's sit in the easy pose for a moment. Feeling the effects of our practice. Bring our hands to a heart space. I'll say the vibration of Om 3 times. Exhaling fully. Inhaling deeply. Om Hare Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace in our bodies, peace in our minds, peace in our heart space. Taking the peace that we have and using our peace as a prayer that is being sent out into this whole world is in desperate need of peace, especially those in unrest and those who are suffering from illness in one form or another. Not only them, but their families, sending peace to them. And to all those who are recovering from whatever form of addiction is controlling them today, sending peace to them that they might find recovery. And open up your eyes, a soft gaze, and we'll say one final namaste before we start into our meditation time. Yeah, might as well. Scoot up and ask everybody. Please.
You want this on?
Off.